This week we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to focus on the hymn, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. The hymn Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus was originally written by Helen Howarth Lamell, and that was back in 1918. I've also seen it said that it was written in 1922, so somewhere around that time. And it was published in a couple hymn books. Of course, now it's in most hymnals. I went on Reddit and asked some subreddits what they thought of the hymn, and some of the responses were good and some of the responses were pretty disappointing. And here are 3 responses that I got. Focus on him when everything else is nuts, because at the end of the day, he is good, and he is with me, and nothing happening in my life is too big for him to carry me through. I've been an atheist for about 10 years, but still love Christian music I was raised on. Michael W. Smith, DC Talk, Newsboys, Skillet, MXPX, Third Day, Steve Taylor, etc. I listen to those old songs regularly and love the nostalgic memory lane trip they can take me on. And the last one, I don't understand. It's a bunch of nonsense words, really. I don't think the hymn is nonsense words at all. I think it's a pretty good piece of poetry, but it doesn't have a crazy backstory. There's not some crazy story that's going to make everybody fall in love with it, but I do like how it was inspired. So the writer of the hymn, Lamell, was given a tract by a missionary friend named Lilius Trotter, and that tract was titled Focused, and she was so inspired by the words that her friend wrote that she wrote the hymn. The tract focused on how at the time it was easier than ever to have so many different focuses in your life. And I think that's definitely true now more than it was back then, with phones and laptops and everything grabbing our attention and social media grabbing our attention. But the tract that she wrote was trying to tell us how to fix our eyes on something worthwhile. So I'm going to read you a little part of that tract. How do we bring things to focus in the world of optics? Not by looking at things to be dropped, but by looking at the one point that is to be brought out. Turn your full soul's vision to Jesus and look at him, and a strange dimness will come over all that is apart from him, and the divine a trait by which God's saints are made, even in the 20th century, will lay hold of you. For he is worthy to have all there is to be had in the heart that he has died to win. And you can tell why Lamell was inspired to write the hymn. Anyway, there's not much more to say. Trotter wrote a tract that inspired Lamell to write the hymn that we know and love today. Now I've set that hymn to new music, and hopefully you guys like it.
O soul, are you weary and troubled? No light in this darkness you see. There's light for a look at the Savior, and life more abundant and free. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, through death into life everlasting. He passed and we follow him there. Nor us sin no more hath dominion, for more than conquerors we are. Turn your eyes upon Jesus, look full in his wonderful face, and the thing things of earth will grow strangely dim in the light of His glory and grace. His word shall not fail. Believe, and all will be well. Then go tell this world that is dying His perfect salvation. His perfect salvation.